Welcome back, everybody. It is the Trending 10. We do this video every single week. Sometimes I'm here. It's me, Fire Guy Ryan. I'm here filling in for Comic Tom. He is over at a comic convention in Canada, meaning that I'm here to fill in and give you guys the 10 trending comics this week. Let's get right into it, Russ, because I am very excited about this first book on the list. Ultimate Fantastic Four number 22. This is from the original run of Ultimate Comics from the early 2000s. This issue came out in 2005, and we're seeing $30 averages with a high 9.8 CGC just sold for $165 earlier this month.
First appearance of Marvel Zombies in the Ultimate Universe, and this salvages an otherwise really forgettable Ultimate Fantastic Four series. Apparently Ryan liked it. I didn't like it, but a lot of people really do like
That's where you get the maker, man. It's Ultimate Reed Richards. That stuff's important now, actually.
But we're seeing a 300% increase in copies sold this week because we have new zombie news about these Marvel Zombies. There will be a 4-episode series on Disney Plus coming out in September 24th for this animated series.
We did get one episode of Marvel Zombies in like the first season of What If, like way back when Disney Plus first came out. I kind of forgot about What If I'm being completely honest. But yeah, not only are we getting a full Marvel Zombies animated series next month, which is going to be fun and cool, we're also getting, I think like the week before or the week after, it is the week before, we're getting the Marvel Zombies Red Band series from my homies, actually, Griffin Sheridan and Ethan S. Parker. They're writing that book together. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be Red Band. It's going to be polybagged. It's going to be pretty graphic and gross. Fantastic Four are on the cover of that book too, so there's a little bit of synchronicity there. I believe it's involves the Fantastic Four directly, bringing back some kind of zombie plague when they go on their, spaceship journey to get their powers in the first place.
Awesome.
I don't know. I'm just excited to read that book. I'm proud of them. It's going to be really cool. I can't wait to rip open that polybag and completely ruin whatever value it may have.
See, I think the Red Band is absolutely made for something like Marvel Zombies, and I kind of wish that Marvel had led with it, but the more things they release as Red Band, it definitely is showing that there is an audience for this type of horror stuff. People really, really are digging it.
I dug the Werewolf by Night Red Band series that just wrapped up. That was pretty fun. Moving on, let's get back to the list. Number 9 here is a Galactus book that I had never heard of. Super Villain Classics. Number 1 from 1983. Is this completely not an original book? It says partial reprint. Okay, so it partially reprints stuff from Fantastic Four 49, obviously, and then from a few Thor issues, 160, 162, 167. Then it's probably got some original stuff in there. I need to read this book because Galactus, as you can see, his origin, his early stories are kind of shotgunned through a bunch of different titles that you might not have been reading. I wouldn't have read those early Thor books, so that backstory all in one convenient place is exciting.
$20 average sales, 9.6 going for $76. But this is one of those books that people don't know that it's called Supervillain Classics number 1 because the cover has a big Galactus head and it basically says Origin of Galactus on it. It's a great way to pick up all of those Thor stories where Galactus has more of his origin revealed that would cost you a couple $100 a piece if you're really looking for them in a nice grade. So this is a great one, 143% increase in copies sold this week.
Next on the list, number 8, I'm excited about this one, Aliens number 1 from 1988. This is actually the only book on the list that has been on the list before. This is a repeat offender from last week, 2 weeks in a row, Aliens number 1 because of the recent premiere of Alien Earth over on FX.
$150 average sales and $1,500 for a CGC 9.8. We are seeing a 267% increase in copies sold this week. Definitely a whole lot of interest because of this new Alien series. As Ryan mentioned, yes, this is a repeat offender, and there are a lot of new books on this list. But if you go over to the Key Collector app and look at the larger list, the Trending 20, where all of these books are sourced, there's a bunch more safe books. There's a lot of Amazing Spider-Man, there's Wolverine 8. I mean, things that you would normally see on this list. This list today, we have a bunch of books that you've never seen, probably some you've never heard of. It's a lot of fun. You got to stay tuned to the end. We're going to have a giveaway.
That's true. And if you want to try out the paid version of Key Collector for yourself, you can download the app, use the code TOM101. That will give you 2 free weeks of the paid version of Key Collector Comics. You got to try it out because, like Russ said, you're missing out on like twice as many books this week and every other week too.
Number 7 on the list, Promethea number 1. You absolutely have to know that the only reason this is on the list is because James Gunn put it on his list of must-read books. The last couple weeks, Tom and I did talk about some things that were on the list, and it's a very, very heavy Tom King and Alan Moore list. Promethea is written by Alan Moore, released by America's Best Comics on the Wildstorm imprint, only 32 issues. It is a great read, but it is dense. This is not the type of thing that I would recommend to someone to just say, kick off and read Promethea.
That's the point of the list of 10 books that James Gunn provided, 10 DC books that are good for new comic readers who are just getting into comics after seeing Superman.
It's a beautiful story, but there's so many things going on. It is tough for young readers, tough for newer readers, but $20 average sales and $110 for a CGC 9.8. It's on people's radar. Grab it in graphic novel form. It is a beautiful read. And Alan Moore, for me personally, kind of hit and miss. Some of his stuff is really awesome and some of his stuff is not. This is one of the awesome ones.
I need to read it still. I actually looked at the list of 10 books, and I've only read half of them. So I've got a lot of homework to do, Promethea included. Let's move on. Let's get back to some superhero stuff. X-Men, Uncanny X-Men specifically, number 142. And if my notes are correct, this is the official first one, Uncanny X-Men?
I just like this little bit of information. The fact that it said Uncanny X-Men for 20 plus issues, but still on the inside fine print said X-Men for all of these issues up until we hit Uncanny X-Men number 142. This is the second part of Days of Future Past, and you'll all know issue 141, that great Wolverine cover where everyone's slain or missing or killed
posters
in the back.
and Kitty Pryde.
Right, one of the most homaged covers ever. This is the second part of that series. Chris Claremont wrote it. Absolutely fantastic read. This is a book that it's kind of near the end of the expensive X-Men stuff. Ryan and I were looking at this. We're seeing $100 average sales and $325 for CGC 9.8 of this book. If you look at the rest of the Uncanny X-Men run,
we did just look at this before recording,
we
too.
just checked this. You don't see another $100 book until you hit Gambit, issue 266, a full 10, 11, 12 years later. So really, this is kind of the end of the expensive, older vintage stuff, but a beautiful read, even though they didn't mess up that movie.
Yeah, that's true. I did just rewatch Days of Future Past recently, and I feel like it gets a little too much credit. I don't know. People talk good about that movie, and I didn't enjoy the movie a whole lot. However, this run is amazing. I am kind of a notorious not fan of X-Men, but it's impossible to not like the Claremont run, specifically the Days of Future Past story.
Absolutely. It's a 282% increase in copies sold this week. This is a perpetually relevant book. If you don't have it, get it in your collection. And if you haven't read it, you should probably go get a copy because it is a wonderful story.
We're officially at the halfway point of this video, so I'm going to pause and remind you all about the mystery mail call. This month is a good one. I say that every month, but this is a really cool one. The exclusive that we are talking about today is the John Boy Myers exclusive for Black Cat #1 that just dropped, I believe, this week. It's a brand new book. It's a pretty cool book. It's a pretty cool cover here by John Boy Myers, not going to lie. Everybody gets one of these in their box. There will be one more exclusive that is announced, and every box comes with both of those exclusives, as well as a couple back issues and an art print, and you get to directly support what we do, and you get stuff for it. We don't have a Patreon. We don't have a paywall. We don't have like a paid anything. You get all of our videos for free. Tom says it all the time, and the best way to support what we do is to go check out our mystery mail call. Thank you.
Number 5 on the list, Scarlet Spider #1 from 2012. We're seeing $8 average sales and $128 for CGC 9.8. This has an astonishingly spike. It's a huge number. 1,250% increase in copies sold this week because it's the first appearance of Annabelle Adams, who is a love interest of Kane, who, again, you'd know from the Scarlet.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. But Sadie Sink is her code name when they're working on the new Spider-Man,
the new Spider-Man movie. She's being called Annabelle Adams.
Yep.
As a code name.
Whether or not that code name is actually going to come to fruition or that's her actual character.
There is a character named Annabelle Adams. It
Yes.
doesn't seem like a code name. It's not a very good disguise. It's like going on the lam and naming yourself JFK.
Right.
People know who that is. That's not a disguise.
We're probably going to find you
Correct.
if we know that. Yeah.
It's not a very good, disguise if they're trying to keep her real identity under wraps. But whatever they're doing, Sadie Sink's character in this movie is a source of incredible speculation. They're being super vague about it, just saying that she's got like a mysterious past. And she's, I have an actual quote here, a sharp and free-spirited woman with a mysterious past. That's all we have to go off of. We don't know anything about who she's playing, which is, it's pretty enticing. It's hard to, it's a cool mystery, right? Like,
okay.
It's either going to be something crazy and exciting and cool, or something that's a dud, and it's gonna be oh, she's just
it's extra young.
She's an
Madam
intern
Web.
at the Daily Bugle.
Even better.
You know?
Yeah. I like that.
We'll
So.
figure something out. Either way, the movie's like less than a year away at this point.
She's gonna work in a newspaper.
They're currently filming. I don't think anybody's working at a newspaper in
No.
this movie. Does anybody?
How do we update that?
I don't know.
Everyone used to work at newspapers. Now the newspapers are defunct. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, J. Jonah Jameson and Robbie Robertson and
Yep.
Perry White. That's a different newspaper.
Jimmy Olsen just not making any money right now.
Speaking of Jimmy Olsen, I guess we got to move back to DC.
Yep.
This is a weird one. I wasn't expecting this book to make the list.
No.
I'm not surprised to see this title make the list. Absolute Batman number 9. Why is that here?
Absolute Batman number 9 recently came out. $5 average sales, $60 for C2C 9.8. It's more of the Bane story, introduction of Deathstroke, which is another one of those DC characters that people really, really love. It's a 192% increase in copies sold this week. It's just a good series. You need to get on the bandwagon. You need to get on all of the Absolute series, the ones that recently started. Martian Manhunter, people have been saying that's been absolutely fantastic. A lot of these other books, you just kind of need to get
I'm reading all
it.
of them. I'm reading all of them, and no shade, but I might have to rank Absolute Batman at the bottom of the list. Maybe that's just personal preference. Maybe that's I'm kind of, Batman's a little overplayed. Scott Snyder on Batman is something we have seen before. It's good, but I've seen it before. I am a fan of Jason Aaron's Absolute Superman, like you said. Absolute Martian Manhunter from Dennis Camp is
Right.
the trippiest book on the stands. Absolute Green Lantern has a lot of cool, fun manga energy to it. Absolute Flash is super weird and mysterious. He's running around with a baby Gorilla Grodd.
Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense, but it's fun. And Absolute Batman number 9, again, is weird. I would expect to see number 1 on here. Any one of these number 1 titles from any of these Absolute books, but people are gravitating towards Absolute Batman specifically, probably because it's what people are most familiar with, and Scott Snyder is doing some fun stuff with the Batman mythology that we all know and love. So, like Russ said, it is worth reading. The first wave of Absolute books, at least, they should all have trades out by now. Absolute Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman should all have volume 1s. So it should be pretty easy to get caught up if you want to, and you should.
Right. Well, even if you're not a fan of Absolute Batman, there are generally between 10 and 15 different Batman series happening at the same time.
That was a great transition.
Which is why this next one on the list, number 3, is not really a shock, except for the fact that
it's a shock.
People don't know why. Batman Dark Patterns number 2 coming in at number 3 on the list. Shocking that $5 average sales, and we even said $20 raw sales all week on eBay. I'm seeing things listed for $30 and $40 all over eBay. These are selling. People are wanting them. Now, Key Collector did say that there's a second print coming. I don't see any actual information that lends itself to that. So issue number 1 of Dark Patterns came out. It had a second print that was released in April, which would mean that if we had an issue number 2 second print, it would have come out in May. We're sitting here firmly at the end of August with nothing in sight. Lunar did not have anything solicited. You'll be able to get a graphic novel when it comes out. But we just had, what are we, issue 8?
Right.
Yeah.
It's on my pull list. It's a good book. You should read it, but not for these prices.
Well, tell them a little bit about this book.
It's written by Dan Waters, great writer. It is illustrated by Hayden Sherman, who is one of my favorite artists in the industry right now, who the layouts. Hayden Sherman basically taught me what a comic book page layout is. I pulled some images so we can show them on screen here. You can see just how bonkers the entire spread is here. And every time you turn the page, you're greeted with one of these pages every time. So if nothing else, it's worth it just to flip through for the art. And Hayden Sherman is also illustrating Absolute Wonder Woman. Go read that. It's a cool book. A lot of crazy big kaiju kind of monsters in there. It works really cool with this art style. They did Dark Spaces Wildfire with Scott Snyder also. Hayden Sherman's a really, really cool artist, and I've got my eye on pretty much anything that they put out here. Batman Dark Patterns, though, why? It's a really cool book. It's a cool Batman book. I would put it in the top tier of Batman books that are coming out. Like you said, there's 10 or 20 of them at any given moment. Batman Dark Patterns is a little more confusing. There's no spec reason. It's not like anything in here was optioned. Again, issue 2 instead of issue 1. It doesn't make as much sense there. Go read the book. It's a cool read.
Right.
But don't overspend.
It's a 12-issue maxi series that has small arcs in it. It feels kind of like Legends of the Dark Knight back when they did, 3-issue, 4-issue, 5-issue within the larger series. This has 12 issues, which has, again, little 3, little 4. It's got some connecting stories. But issue number 2 does not have a first appearance of anyone that we care about. It does not have anything that happens in it that would be groundbreaking enough to care about. It just happens to be one of those books that people are freaking out about. And maybe more shall be revealed, but tread super lightly on this one. The numbers, a 900% increase in copies sold this week with no news or
Something's going
anything
on.
behind it. This feels really weird.
I don't know what's going on. It's a cool read. I would recommend picking it up to read it.
Sure.
But, yeah, find it for $5
Not at
or
$40
find the trade.
Yeah.
I want to give away my copies. I almost did today. I can't find them. The first 3 issues are a complete story arc. I'm going to track them down and find them and give them to Tom to give away at some point because it's a cool book. People should read it, but I just can't find it. Moving on, Dazzler number 3, another book I can't find in my collection because I don't own it. This came out in 1981, and this is another weird one this week. We got $8 average sales for this book, and a 9.8 just sold earlier this month for $125 and a 1,567% increase in copies sold. Why are we talking about Dazzler again?
Stop. Just stop.
No?
Seriously.
Okay.
Like, number 2 on the list, Dazzler number 3. I'm sorry. This is one of those that Taylor Swift has a new album coming out, and people are just...
We're doing this again.
It's a whole bunch of conjecture.
Okay.
Stop it. Seriously.
This is the first Dazzler and Doom cover.
Great. And then 5 issues later, we have the first Dazzler and Hulk cover. And then 3 issues after that, we have Dazzler and Spider-Woman. And then maybe we could have Dazzler as a Marvel zombie. Maybe Taylor Swift is going to show up with a zombified Michael Jackson, and then that issue is going to spike in the new Disney Marvel zombies. It's ridiculous.
He knows the secrets, you guys.
No, that's the thing. No.
Marvel Zombies Taylor Swift.
Don't pay too much for this. It's a cool book. It's a cool cover. All of those Dazzler covers, I really do. I mean, Bill Sienkiewicz does a lot of the covers, and they are really wonderful covers. From an art standpoint, from a character standpoint, I think she's fairly underrated. But don't overpay for any of these. I remember last year when people were really freaking out about the whole Dazzler number 1 thing, and I saw a local dealer who was selling $100 a piece raw for Dazzler number 1. And I had someone come up to my booth and go, "Hey, I just bought this from that guy. Do you think it was a good deal?" And I'm sitting here going, "Oh my God, stop." It really. So for books like this,
I don't think Dazzler is going to be in the MCU.
no.
It would be fun to see. I want to open this book to see what happens in Dazzler versus Doom. How does that go down? Like, sure, that'd be fun to see. Maybe not in live action, but who knows?
Right.
She's probably not going to be in Avengers Doomsday. She
don't
wasn't in Deadpool Wolverine.
1,567% increase in copies sold this week. It's astronomical. Yeah, but really unlikely. And people just need to chill the heck out.
That brings us to number 1. Number 1 this week is another book that is brand new to the list that we have not talked about before. I got a lot to learn here. Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 19
Not
is the
16?
number 1. No, it's
Not 16?
19. What's 16?
Well, 16 is first Monica Rambeau. Like,
Okay.
we care about her. That's a series. But 19, Alistair Smith? Definitely not even on my radar.
$10 averages. We got a
Book I wasn't specking on.
a gigantic increase again, over 1,000%, 1,400% increase in copies sold on this
All
one.
right.
Why? What are we talking? Spider Slayer? That is a villain I can say as somebody who's been reading ASM for every issue since 2018 at least. I had not seen Spider Slayer anywhere modern, in modern Spider-Man history. I got a lot of homework to do.
Every week it seems that there are new Spider-Man rumors, and we know that things are happening. They're shooting in broad daylight. They're running around. We got to see Tom Holland in his cute little Spider-Man suit. Like, this is something that is absolutely happening. The rumor this week, again, tread lightly with these rumors. The rumor this week is that none of the villains we've talked about before are going to show up. We're not going to see Mr. Negative. We're not going to see Kingpin. We're not going to see any of the other names that have already been on this list. So I guess people are going to secondary, tertiary, and even below, trying to find bad guy characters that we're not going to miss if they get killed at the end of the movie.
Right? We know for sure that they're bringing back Michael Mando.
Sure.
We are getting Scorpion in this movie.
Okay.
And there's apparently rumors that there's going to be somebody bigger and badder, more secretive behind and above Scorpion and presumably some other villains, pulling the strings and maybe giving them some sort of tech-related upgrades to go against Spider-Man. Punisher somehow factors into all of this, and Mark Ruffalo is back in this movie, I think, too. So apparently, these rumors are saying that there is somebody else who we don't know yet, who is above all of these other villains and pulling the strings in some way, and that character is somebody who is not somebody that has been speculated recently, such as, like Russ said, Kingpin or Mr. Negative. So I guess this Spider Slayer is somebody who could potentially be providing upgrades to other foes of Spec. I don't know. I don't know if I like playing this Spec game. I just want to see the movie. I was already getting kind of like, don't show us so much of the the street scenes of him swinging around in Scotland. Like it's cool to see, and there were some great set photos that were taken from that whole experience. But like, I just want to see the movie.
The anticipation is absolutely building. There are so many big movies coming out. We know that there's going to be the Punisher special coming as well. There's a lot of excitement and a lot of speculation. More is going to be revealed really soon. You got to stay tuned. We are here every single week.
Some of us are here every single week. I will not be here next week. Tom is coming back from Canada next week. We got to get out of here. I'm going to go watch Alien because I got homework to do, and it sounds like it's a really good show. So let's go. Let's all go watch Alien together. Geek responsibly.
Enough said.
Shout out to our friend Russ for reminding me to announce the giveaway winners while we're still here. I keep forgetting to do that. So we have 5 winners to announce this week. We are giving away a San Diego variant. That was actually pretty cool. The Marvel swimsuit special. This is the Rose Besh Virgin cover featuring Jean Grey on the front, and 5 people are going to get it. If
your name is John P. Mitchell, Donald Ray, or Timothy Winkler, or if the last 4 digits of your phone number is 8013 or 9305, you may have already won. Go check your text messages and make sure you go to comictom.com and sign up for the SMS messages. Signing up once, you will be entered into every single drawing henceforth.
Correct. That's how we do it. So if you sign up for our text messages, comictom.com, little pop-up will come up. You enter your phone number, you're good. You're entered to win all of our giveaways forever. And you'll also get news and updates and discounts and stuff for our website. But really, you want the free stuff. So come on.